Facts, Part 30. In 2002, a 15-year-old boy became inspired by the terrorist attacks on 9/11. He decided to steal an airplane and fly it into a building in Tampa, Florida. It ended up damaging only one office room, and he was the only person that died. This is a female mental patient from 1904 with her diagnosis of premature dementia carved into her back. Alan Turing was the man who broke the Enigma code during World War II. He is estimated to have shortened the war by 2 years and to have saved more than 14 million lives. He was later charged for being a homosexual and was forced to undergo chemical castration. 2 years later, he committed suicide by cyanide poisoning. Morbid Facts, Part 31. In 1963, Rodney Fox was spearfishing off the coast of Australia when something suddenly pulled him under. Within seconds, Fox was suffering from a punctured lung, ripped diaphragm, pierced scapula, and an exposed rib cage, abdomen, and spleen. After pulling him up from the water, rescuers had to keep his wetsuit on to prevent his organs from spilling out. After 4 hours of surgery and 462 stitches, Rodney Fox lived to tell the tale of surviving one of the worst great white shark attacks in recorded history. Morbid Facts, Part 32. Judith Barcy, the girl who voiced Ducky in The Land Before Time, was shot and killed by her own father in a murder-suicide in 1988. She was only 10 years old. This is what the end of a species looks like. A keeper in Sudan says goodbye to the last male white rhino in the world, 2018. This is the last photo ever taken of American freediver Nicholas Mivoli. He was attempting to freedive 236 feet deep. He completed the dive, surfaced, gave the OK sign, tried to speak, and then he passed out. He never regained consciousness and died later that day to pulmonary edema. Morbid Facts, Part 33. When Robin Williams met Coco the gorilla for the first time in 2001, he made her smile for the first time in 6 months. When Robin died in 2014, Coco overheard the news and said the word cry in sign language. A girl who grew up in a concentration camp drew this when she was asked to draw a picture of home in 1948. The deacon St. Lawrence was roasted alive on a giant grill during the persecution of Valerian in 258 AD. As he was being executed, he joked with his tormentors, "Turn me over, I'm done on this side." Today, he is the patron saint of chefs, firefighters, and comedians. Morbid Facts, Part 35. In a 1974 interview, NBA legend Pistol Pete Maravich said, quote, "I don't want to play 10 years in the NBA and then die of a heart attack at age 40. He played in the NBA for 10 years from 1970 to 1980 and then died of a heart attack in 1988 at age 40. This is a photo of a little African girl in a zoo in Belgium in 1958. The Oxford English Dictionary was mostly written by William Chester Minor, a schizophrenic murderer who cut off his own penis and spent most of his life in a mental institution. Morbid Facts, Part 37. The first firefighter to die on 9/11 was a 37-year-old man named Daniel Sir. He was killed when a woman jumped from one of the towers and landed on top of him. Founder of CNN, Ted Turner, has a video scheduled to be broadcasted if the end of the world is ever upon us. There's a horrific belief in South Africa that sex with a virgin will cure you of HIV. Adult men have been known to rape children as young as 9 years old in hopes of a cure. It's called the virgin cleansing myth. Morbid Facts, Part 38. The Station nightclub fire in Rhode Island was a terrible tragedy that killed 100 people in 2003. But a man named Mike Vargas managed to survive for more than 90 minutes inside the building. He was trampled by a mob trying to escape and only survived because he was insulated by all the bodies burning around him. He walked out with only minor burns on his legs but still suffers from severe PTSD to this day. In 2015, a Texas father saved his son's life when doctors wrongly declared him brain dead and wanted to take him off life support. He barricaded himself inside the hospital room with a gun and had a 3-hour standoff with a SWAT team until his son squeezed his hand. The son eventually made a full recovery. Morbid Facts, Part 39. A 19-year-old girl named Olga was camping with her stepfather in Russia when a mother brown bear attacked them. After the bear broke her stepfather's neck and smashed his skull, Olga attempted to flee. But the bear chased her down and soon grabbed her by the legs and started mauling her. Olga then managed to make 3 phone calls to her mother while being eaten alive by the bear and her 3 cubs. In the first phone call, she screamed, "Mom, the bear is eating me. Mom, it's such agony. Mom, help." At first, her mother thought it was a joke, but soon heard the true horror in her daughter's voice and the sound of bears growling and chewing. But she could only helplessly listen in horror to her daughter's screams for mercy. Nearly an hour later, the bears had left her, but Olga knew she was gonna die. She said, "Mom, I don't feel the pain anymore. Forgive me for everything. I love you so much."